Hey everybody, Pat Cherubini here with Hometown Revolution, and in this video I'm going to show you how to boost your first post, or any post if you're not familiar with boosting. That is the blue button on Facebook where you hand over some money for them and they give you extended reach and visibility on your posts. Back in the day, when Facebook was new, if you made a post from your fan page, now called a business page, and everybody that liked your page, usually most of them would see that. But with the extreme growth of Facebook and how many people there are and how many posts they post every day, if that was still the case, you would just see tons and tons of posts and you would never actually see what you want. That's where their algorithm kind of teaches itself to show you what you're really interested in. And if you want to know more about the algorithm, we do have a video about that. You have to look for it. But in the past, or in the recent Facebook, the way things they work, they have to earn money to make everybody happy. So the only way that you can actually get extended reach, the numbers are different depending on who you talk to, but some people say as small as 3% of your fans will actually see your post if you just make a post. So if you have a regular business page that you don't do very much on, you post once or twice a month or even less, as most people do, you could have very little engagement. So people aren't going to actually see it. So that's why we boost. And that's boosting is the start of advertising. And if you ain't yelling, you ain't selling. So if Facebook is willing to put out extra power behind your boost or behind your posts by boosting, we highly suggest that. So this is the way to start. This is the simple way. And if we go into Facebook, I am on my current Facebook page for Hometown Revolution. And the first thing that I guess you need to know is you have to have a business page. So if you don't have a business page, you need to get one set up. You can usually just search, facebook.com/pages and you can get one set up. And you have to be an admin of it. So you have to have permissions to not only edit your Facebook page, but also permission to run ads. So if you're the one that made it up, you already have that. And if you need somebody else to do it, you can assign roles to them in your settings of your page. So I'm in dark mode here because I like that because my eyes get tired of looking at the bright white screen. So it may look a little different than your Facebook, but it's the same thing just with a black background. Once you make a post, and if you're a customer of ours, we probably created an ad/post for you. You just make a simple post that basically says, this is who I am, this is my business, and this is what we do, and this is what we can do for you. It's very simple. It is basically like a billboard. This is different than a lot of people that run Facebook ads do because they want money in, money out. We're kind of branding. We're getting your face out there. And if you're a local business, your range is pretty small. So you don't need to be spreading too far because if you're a plumber in Columbus, Ohio, you don't need to be advertising to people in Detroit because they ain't going to call you. It's too far away. You would never go up there. So keep your circle small and relevant. So make that post, put a good picture of yourself, your team, your shop, whatever it is you do. People like to look at smiling faces. So that'll get you some engagement. Put a post of yourself, of your team, explain who you are, what you do, and put yourself out there. Once you do that, it's just a normal post. Almost all posts, then, if you're logged in and you're an admin, you're going to see this blue post button or boost post button. You've probably done it before. I'm going to just scroll down here and pick some random one. Once you click that, it's going to take you to the boost post section. And this changes a lot. So just read what's going on. If you have more than one ad account, there's a place to choose your ad account. And you just choose the goal that you want. Automatic is usually okay. If you want website visitors, that's probably what the automatic will do. Or if you want get more engagement, which means you want people to like, comment, and share. choose the one you want. I like to choose get more visitors because it takes people to my page that is pixeled and that we can get leads from, that they can fill out forms and call us. So I usually pick that. Special ad category. This is if you are a real estate agent, if you're in finance, or if you're in housing of any kind, social issues, elections, politics, credit, employment. You have to click this. You have to go through some extra steps and verify that you're not going to discriminate against people and all that. If you're not one of those, you just leave it unchecked. The next section is your audience. Who should see your ad? You can have custom audiences, which already have set up. You may not have any right now, and to do that, you're going to need to go into the ad manager. But if you just choose people through targeting, people you choose through targeting, and then there's going to be an edit button that you can choose whether you want all people to see it, just men, or just women. Depending on what you do, that's up to you. You're going to have to use your brain a little bit and feel around and figure this out. The age, you can choose just by cranking the slider. So whatever the age of people, if there is a specific age, you can choose that, slide it around. And then locations. For local businesses, this is pretty important. Don't just run what they tell you. Type in, let's say Dayton, Ohio. So you just click in that, and then you can then choose the slider of how far and go. You can go up to 50 miles, and you can go down to 10. So if you type in an address, you can actually get down. If you type in the actual address, so like if it was Cambridge, 123 Cambridge, Mass. No, they're not going to let you get down there. Oh yeah, you can go down to 1 mile. So if you're really close, have people that walk into your store or out for lunch, you can actually go down to 1 mile if you type in the exact address. If not, you just type in a city or a zip code, you can get down to 10 miles. So we are at 10 miles in Dayton. Let's pretend we're running HVAC ads. If that's what you do. How far do you travel? You just crank it up. Let's say 20 miles. If you're willing to go 20 miles, you set it at that. You got to figure it out. Whatever it is that you need, that's what you figure out. Don't go too big because there's a lot of people within that 20 miles. So whatever you need, slide it around, and you can test, and you can always change it. So we're going with everybody within 20 miles of Dayton. And then these detailed targeting is where you can put in people who you think might most need whatever it is that you do. If that's HVAC, you can type in HVAC, and you can see that people that are interested in HVAC, which means people that have searched for HVAC, talked about HVAC, liked any page about HVAC. Facebook knows that if you're searching and looking at things like that, that you're interested in HVAC. It isn't perfect, but it's probably good enough. So you've got interests, you've got demographics, which means that it's probably somebody that is in HVAC. Whatever it is you do, not everything is available. If your niche isn't available, this is a branding campaign, so choose your target audience based on gender, age, and radius of where you're at. It's usually good enough. We're not running tons of ads. If you can see right now, I got 23,000 people. That's enough to get seen quite a bit. So choose these. You can pick as many as you like. You can browse through more. It'll show you different things. Just click around. Don't worry about getting too specific. If you get too specific, it won't be showing it to enough people. So just do a general audience targeting if you can. If not, don't worry about it. Sorry about that. And then it will suggest others for you. If you want more advanced, you got to go to your ads manager. Don't worry about that right now. That we'll have that in our advanced training. So you can do that later. For now, we're just trying to get you to run your first boosted post. And what we're doing is we're driving traffic to your website to engage people that we can then later on, also in the advanced section, we can show them retargeting ads so we can keep them in our circle. So that's what you want to do. It will show you your potential reach, your gauge. As long as you're somewhere in the green, you're pretty good. And then you click Save Audience, which I'm not going to because this is my actual ad. So that is your audience. You can always pick one that you've already created or create a new one. And then the duration. How many days do you want it to run? This one, if this is your first one, it's going to be your main branding ad. Pick as much as you want, a year, whatever. And then you can also make it end. So as far out as you want to go, you can just keep running it. It's going to change it. Set it to what you're comfortable with, and then set a budget. This is a daily budget. So whatever you want to spend, $10 is only $300 a month. $20 is $600. You need to actually use some money here to get the word out about you and your business. So depending on what you sell, how much you make, what your margins are, all that stuff, and what you're comfortable with, set that. Again, this is per day. Read it here. Per day. This is how many people. It'll be estimate. Who knows if this is right or not. They're not going to tell you the truth. But the more you put in, the more people that are going to see it. The next section are placements. And you can check where these get seen. Automatically, it's going to be on Facebook because we're advertising right now on Facebook. If you want this shown on Instagram, show it on Instagram. And if you want ads showing up in Messenger, you can show that. I usually don't show Messenger ads. Instagram, for branding, it's pretty good. What this is going to do is, even if you don't have an Instagram account, it'll show it on Instagram. If you do have one connected, it'll show it on that one. It's just a way to get people to think that you're everywhere. So you're going to see it all over Facebook, on all the different sections, and on Instagram. So that's where people are at. The traffic is there. You just got to jump out in front of traffic. So choose what you want. If you have a pixel, which you probably don't yet, it'll be there. That's something more advanced. Right now, we're not worried about that. And then your payment method. It should be the credit card that you put in. If not, it's going to be a place right here to say enter your credit card. It's going to be your business expense because you're paying for ads, and that's it. You click Boost Post now, and it should be accepted. So the things you need to watch out for are, and when it's accepted, it doesn't usually run immediately. They'll check it and figure out if it's safe or not. The things you need to look out for are, once you boost it, you can't edit the post. So make sure the post is exactly what you want, and then you can edit it, or you can't edit it once you put money on it. So you can always pause the post or pause the boost and then edit something if you need to. I don't know why you'd need to, but after it's been running a while, over here on the left, you can see Ad Center. You can click on that and go through how many people have clicked on it, how many have liked it, shared it, commented. Lots of different analytics in there that you can see. And I think that's it. The other thing that you need to be aware of are certain kind of ads that Facebook won't allow. So if it's a claim, and this gets real technical, we'll get into this a lot more later, but if you're in anything medical or health or fitness or animals or e-commerce, you just got to be careful what you say. The main thing that you can't say is you can't make a claim. And this is something that took me a long time to learn. Almost everything that you want to put in an ad is a claim. You cannot say, if you're health and fitness, you cannot say you will lose weight. 100% will get disapproved. And if you get too many disapproved, they're going to disable your whole ad account. So you don't want to do that. Just don't talk to people. If you just say, this is who we are and what we do, you're not going to have to worry about it. If you have some issues, you can always come back and ask us. We have forums here that you can go, hometownrevolution.com/forums. Get in there. It's free to join right now. Just ask whatever you want, and we are in there every day and are going to answer your questions. So I think you're ready to run a boosted post. So make that post. Do it today. Get a good picture. Have somebody take it of your team if you want. A selfie's good enough. Just put yourself out there and start bragging about your business. Doesn't matter what you think anybody else thinks. The chances are right now they're not thinking about you at all. So you got to put yourself out there and make that post, click that boost button, and make some extra money.